heard it said, chase the sun, and your shadows will never catch you. And right from the start, day 3 had a special feel to it. It felt like we were in a hurry to see an old friend. We skipped breakfast. We were trying to make it to Franklinville to get a biscuit at the diner. But about halfway through packing up my gear, I looked out on the river and knew that it was more than that. I could see the tops of the trees starting to glow with the morning sun. And if you spend enough time on the water, you start to get a sense for when something special is about to happen. So I quickly finished packing my gear and slid off into the morning mist. I was determined to catch that morning sun and that biscuit. I didn't want to be late for either, and it seemed that both were just around that next bend.
When the morning's standing at your door, brighter than all mornings come before. Don't be late, my dear. Life won't wait, my dear. Don't be late. When the day is longer than the night, the road ahead is clear and in the light. Don't be late, my dear. Life won't wait, my dear. Don't be late. When the evening falls across the land and your lover's reaching you the hand, don't be late, my dear. Life won't wait, my dear. Don't be late. Don't be late. Don't be late.
Let me test this. Okay, I think I have terra firma here. Whew. Wow. Oh, this is fantastic right here, fellas. All right. Fabulous takeout in this whatever this stuff is. Swamp jungle grass.
Smells nice.
That's what it is. Yep.
We can come right in, that would be swell. I kind of can't go anywhere. I'm just following along. Oh, hold on. I gotta get the next step. There we go. All right, go. Oh.
Let's just get 4 boat whips and pull y'all down there. Keep your hands high, this thorns will get you. Ow! Ow! Ow!
You dropped it.
There's a shin buster right there. Careful. All right, set her down. This is drag territory here. One man drag. Get the other ones up on top.
That one's stuck.
Yeah.
Oh.
What is that?
What is it? It looks like it hurts.
Let me scout it. Just slide it on that thing. Oh, ouch.
Someone drag you across it?
Ain't nobody waiting on us. Hold on for the boys.
I'm out of options right here.
I just said ain't nobody waiting on us, so I started going.
We were saying it because we were kind of hoping someone would wait. You'll have to go without us, Kev. Actually, just
Let me go first.
Yeah,
Let me
let's
go
do that.
ahead.
Get someone across.
Got it.
Oh, y'all are pushing me around the other side. I need you on
You're supposed to keep walking.
I'm,
Oh my gosh, no.
y'all talk to me, I can't see.
Easy. Hold on, Kevin. You're going to have to hold it. He's going to have to pivot. Go just a
All right,
little
pick
bit.
up and walk slow. I'm good.
Y'all want to stop?
Set her down for a sec.
Keep walking away from us.
Yeah.
Wasn't saying nothing. We were just kind of.
Y'all like this? This is working out pretty good. There's old man sounds there, kid.
My hands. Hey, don't drag me across here.
Nice and slow. You good, Kev?
Yep. A little early on that one.
One more time right there.
Whoa, careful. Hold on to the boat if you're going to go down. I got the boat.
Come on down.
Y'all going to have to take it from me.
Get the back.
Got it? Yep.
Oh. Another rock. Oh.
The portage was a long one. Several hundred yards of river are dewatered by the dam, and the flow does not rejoin until after the bridge. But it was behind us now, and nothing stood between us and Franklinville and that biscuit, except a little piece of river, and one that held a fantastic historical landmark. Driving over the bridge in Franklinville, one can look off to the east and downstream of the bridge and just see Faith Rock in the curve of the river. On May 2nd, 1782, local resident Andrew Hunter was captured by the notorious and infamous David Fanning. He made an escape by stealing Fanning's prize mare, Baby Doe. And a few months later, on September 5th, Fanning was making an attempt to recover his prize mare. And being surrounded by Fanning's men, Hunter had no option except to ride down the rock on a horse and plunge into the river below. It was such a daring escape that his pursuers stopped in amazement. And Andrew Hunter never gave back that horse, and David Fanning never got his revenge.
He went down that on his horse and jumped into the river to cross and get away from the British.
And as we came around that corner, I was in familiar territory. The town of Franklinville. Sometimes I bring my kids here for nature hikes and history lessons, and just to get out of the house. But today, I'm here for a biscuit.
Liver mush, egg, and cheese.
Ooh. Ooh. These boys are wanting a liver mush, egg, and cheese on toast.
With mayonnaise.
With mayonnaise.
I'll take the same.
Ooh. All right, here we are in Franklinville. Kevin and Dirt Dobber running into the quick check first to get a couple drinks and a couple snacks. I'm running up here to the Franklinville diner to get an order of breakfast for the guys, and then we'll I'll stop back by the store, get myself a drink and a snack. Austin's gonna make his rounds at some point, and then we're off down the river. Yeah, there's the diner. Looks fantastic. All right, we got our order in, and I'm here with Debbie and Will, world's best waitress and cook, and they're making breakfast, and we are really excited about it. But this is the Franklinville diner, and it's the place to be. So, anything I want to say?
Hi guys, have a fun trip.
They're the best, and it smells good. Good things are happening right over there. Woo! All right, folks, it doesn't get much better than that. Franklinville diner, an American flag, little old town of Franklinville, and breakfast. Whew, it's about to get real good. So off to the store. One of my connectors, one of my original connectors on the voltaic coming off the solar panel isn't making a good connection anymore. So we're gonna make a quick splice with that down there by the river. Get my panel charging again. So now we're here for the quick check. Slide in here, get a couple cold drinks for the day. See if they got some sunglasses for Austin and electrical tape. All right, we are here at the quick check with Sarah, the world's best gas station attendant. She's got us hooked up today. Quick check here in Franklinville. If you're on the river, you need a stop, a cold drink, some snacks, this is the place to be.
That's right, come by and see us.
There you go.
Have a great day.
Off for breakfast. Talk to me.
It's so good.
Here we go. Franklinville Diner, sausage and egg.
River King approved.
10 of 10. It's so good. Kevin is fixing me up here. We got a little couple pieces of trash to pick up. So
That's
that's not the right one. We're in trouble.
There's the old one.
There's my old connector, the original part. It stopped making contact, so I've got a pigtail. Kevin has made a little surgical repair for me. That's why he's here.
Is that why he's
That's why he's here, folks.
Well,
You
that-
got to have an electrician, a
that-
cowboy,
stunning good looks, doesn't it?
and a model. A model. You're the model. You're the face of the Kings,
Oh, thank you.
right? Yeah, face.
Sure.
Swimmer bell. And then everyone's got a job. Let's go test this out. You ready? I'm gonna walk it down there. I want to see input level 3 or 4. Oh, I'm hoping it works. All right, show me good things. Good things, people. We are cooking.
What you got? Level 3?
Yep. Level 3 in the sun, baby. Thanks, Kev.
Oh, yeah.
I guess about 2,000 miles is all the little connector can take. So, if you're rocking the Voltaics, have some spare parts. All right, folks, bellies are full, like all the way full. Feels good. Voltaic is charging. That's a plus. Little connectors don't last forever, but it's up and running. Easy fix. We're moving on from Franklinville. It's a really cool stop. I've been here about an hour. So a good hour break. So now we're gonna make our way down to Ramseur, make the portage, after which we have a water drop, a case for me and some of Austin's water. After that, we're gonna push on a few miles to Coleridge, where we have another water drop, and we're gonna go heavy on water from there because it's gonna be a long time before we have another chance to re-up. We'll have High Falls portage sometime after that, then Moncure. So after today, only 2 portages. But we're entering kind of the back country kind of from here out, especially after Coleridge. Kind of leaving everything behind and very, very little development whatsoever. And the roads are few and far between. The next opportunity to get on the local economy without a significant hike will be High Falls. So, and then after that will be Carbonton, and that's it all the way to the end. So we're kind of entering the part we're looking forward to, kind of leaving everything behind, getting away from all the roads and people and civilization. But I do like coming into towns along the way, going up, meeting folks like Will and Debbie, getting some food that doesn't come out of a kayak, and kind of learning what a place is all about. So, all part of the adventure. Guys are geared up. Let's go make some miles.
And once again, the river was like a time machine. Franklinville. In modern day central North Carolina, this is about as close as you can come to a frontier town. And it did indeed feel like we had seen an old friend. Our next stop was Ramseur, where we'd portage another dam and then pick up our water supply. And then on to Coleridge, where we had planned to camp on the banks of Beck's Ford. And now, with our bellies full and our minds racing with imagination, we turned our boats downriver and started chasing the sun into the unknown.
approaching Ramseur, or Ramseur, or Ramseur. Not sure exactly how to say it. The guys tell me I say Ramseur, but they say Ramseur. Kind of all the same thing. One syllable, Ramseur. It kind of ends with a skid, you know. But we're here, however you say it. If you're from Ramseur, let us know how you say it, because we're curious now. It's one of those things, if you say it enough, none of it sounds right. But you know what sounds right? Getting past the dam. There it is, Ramseur.
Sure, buddy.
Gotcha. Man, this is gonna be a slop fest, boys.
All right. I am.
Hold on, let me crawl him out of here.
Hey, Austin. Stay clear here.
All right.
We got it.
That log is helping a lot. Crap.
Is it on the bottom?
Yep, we're good.
All right, Austin.
Hang on, hang on.
Hang on.
All right, good. How you feeling, Dirt Dobber?
I'm ready to get back in my boat.
Me too. All right, folks, so that was dam number 7. One more closer. Whew. That was fun. All right, the portage is made. We picked up our water here at Ramseur, and now off to Coleridge. It's a really pretty float through here. And I was floating this with Guy and Evan Spire earlier this summer, and it was the deciding factor for me to make this trip. How beautiful this stretch of river was right here. I decided let's do it. So thanks, Guy and Evan, for going out with me that day. Let's enjoy the river.
The similarities between the Deep River and the Haw River are striking. But that should come as no surprise. They are sister rivers that join to form the Cape Fear. The first time I paddled this river earlier in the summer, I was taken back to my first long trip in a kayak. I took the Haw River from Saxapahaw all the way to the coast. And all these years later, paddling again under a September sun, I'm tagging along with the flow of the river as it makes its way to the ocean. And all rivers, just like the days spent traveling on them, are as different as they are the same. And the one thing I began to notice that sets this day of paddling apart from all others is that from my first strokes paddling through the fog of the morning until now in the late afternoon, we were always heading straight to the sun. It was almost as if the sun was offering a challenge. Who would quit first?
you see his paddle up there, folks? We're gonna try to get that out for it. Last portage of the day. Then we can slide into the unknown. Graceful. Sorry. Man, it's all jammed up right now. Look, look, look. See the deer up there? It was running right across the ridge. Oh, that's heavy. All right, set her down. There you go. Love it. All right, coming down for the last boat of the haul up from the dam onto the hill. You see Coleridge Dam there. Probably a 20-ish footer, maybe something like that, 16 to 20 feet. Portage on the far river right. Pull up over the log, up the dilapidated trail. Then we get to slide it through the woods back down to the river.
Woo, head first in. Woo.
The camera was rolling. Look at him go. Good gravy. That didn't feel good. You good, Austin?
Yeah, come to the right side.
Yeah, tell them to follow that deer trail. Oh, sweet mother.
We had made it. We were standing on the ground owned by the first Beck to arrive in North Carolina. About 100 yards ahead was Beck's Ford. How many times did my 7th great-grandfather come down by the banks of the river and look out over it? And as we drug our boats through the few hundred yards of de-watered riverbed, I considered just how important this spot was during the birth of our country. I thought of the countless thousands of river crossings made on Old Beck Ford. It was even the site of a Revolutionary War skirmish. This once well-known and important place now lives on in obscurity. The bridge took the place of the ford, and the dam took the river's water. It's now just a footnote in history. But today, 4 friends approach, chasing the sun through the valley. Marching to the beat of an almost forgotten song, one set of footsteps seems strangely familiar. Then a certain laugh rings out and joins the echoes of history. They swirl together on the breeze and dance through every corner of this hollow as the pine trees whisper, "Welcome home."
Some tired puppies right there. That was not too bad, but then it turned into something. And it's the third one of the day.
8 to the trip.
Coleridge, number 8 for the trip. This was his land. Jeffrey Beck Sr. And what you're looking at right there is old 42. That was the old road right there. You can almost still see the wagon ruts. Coming back through this way, that's where they'd go down to the river and cross over the sandbars and the shoals below the island here. We figured we'd come up here and have us kind of a late lunch thing. It's a little after 4. But we haven't eaten since our late breakfast, so we're gonna get some bonus miles in this afternoon. We figured we'd better put a little gas in the tank, so good stuff. So we got a little food in the tank and we're about to slide down the river to a section I have never seen and don't know too much about. Be a total exploring. Way down there at the Camelback Bridge down to 15501. I did that stretch with Josh Yao a few years back. And that's the only stretch below here I've ever done. So this is where it really starts getting good. From Coleridge down, a lot less development. It just is almost like North Carolina, never developed in this part. And so even though it's the middle of the state, 35 minutes from home, it's very remote.
Paddling away from Beck's Ford was bittersweet. For a few years now, I've wanted to camp here at the land of my forefathers. And I'm not really sure why we kept going. Perhaps whatever drove my 7th great grandfather to explore the frontier of his day is calling me down the river tonight. And we were still paddling towards the sun. We couldn't quit now. and there was almost no sun left to chase, which brought us to our next piece of business, finding a campsite. It's part of the game you play when you take on the sun. The welcoming banks of Beck's Ford were miles behind us. We didn't fully understand at the time, but we were learning why this river has its name. For the last few miles, the banks had risen to 25 or 30 feet tall, and we had noticed a high water line at about the 15 to 20 foot mark. This was making it difficult to find a way to get up to the top where we could set up a camp. We were also quickly running out of daylight. And while the likelihood of finding a good camp the easy way didn't look good for tonight, there's nothing you can do but keep moving forward.
Sometimes when you see this, you got to pay attention. This is nature's little secret for delivering to you a campsite. All right, guys, don't look like much, and it might not be, but you owe it to yourself if you're looking for a campsite to try these places out. Oh yeah, it's great. It's gonna be great. It's a way to get up off the river, and a lot of times they'll lead to a good camping flat if you just give it a chance. Doesn't look great. Just trying to gauge how desperate we are. 6:53, gets dark about 7:30. Be like another portage just to get to a camp, so it is pretty though. Didn't work out this time. We'll keep pressing. There'll be something around one of these bends. I got sun is a little lower. Still not finding anything, folks. Oh, it's getting tight now, fellas. It wouldn't be a River Kings trip if we weren't stuck paddling into the moonlight. We may have found something, folks. Just in time. Let me go up here and check it out. It's looking good. Got my hammock set up, got some lights going. No campfire tonight. I'm blinding them, but I'll get a quick video. Austin and Dirt Dobber, we're doing the team area right over here. And then Kevin's tent's right there. Hammock rather, and then Austin and Dirt Dobber. So found it like literally at dark, and it was a last chance kind of place. Probably had about 20 minutes before dark, so it all worked out, fortunately. But I'll show it to you more in the morning. But y'all can all rest easy. We did find a place. Good stuff. Well, talk to you guys in the morning.
Day 3 was one to remember. Part of the allure for taking on a trip such as this is removing all the needless complications of life and getting back to what really matters. And the day had ended just as it began, under a bright sun. Our journey had taken us to some new places, and some familiar ones. We met some new folks along the way. Our whole day was filled with adventure and discovery. On one hand, I can think of no better display of futility than trying to paddle your way to a ball of fire 93 million miles away. On the other, as I reconnected with a river that held deep roots for me, I could think of no better way to spend a day than chasing the sun.